Welcome to another real-world customer story session on the Power Platform hosted by the PowerCat team. My name is Samir and today I'm delighted to introduce Nathan Backers from Telstra, who will be sharing his story of transformation, of how he started as a citizen developer and has built up a number of applications. You'll also hear from others at Telstra whom Nathan will introduce. Enjoy.
G'day, my name's Nathan Backers and I'm a Senior Business Specialist and Citizen Developer in the Field Digitisation team at Telstra. And what I'm going to talk to you about today is how our team at Telstra, with the help of the Power Platform and teams, have been able to achieve some great outcomes for our business. We've been able to provide scalable digital solutions to our thousands of frontline workers. We've been able to flatten our hierarchy through improved collaboration and engagement tools. We've been able to drive real financial gains and also improve on customer outcomes as a result of the apps and processes that we've implemented, and how the apps have helped us during times of crisis, both during the Australian bushfires of last summer and the COVID-19 crisis affecting us all right now. And what we're doing next, how off the back of the great work that we've done for our field technicians, established a new team called the PowerFactory to help the rest of the business benefit from the capabilities of the Power Platform. So who is Telstra? Telstra is Australia's leading telecommunications and technology company, offering a full range of communication services and competing in all telecommunications markets. In Australia, we provide 18.3 million retail mobile services, 3.7 million retail fixed bundle and standalone data services, and 1.4 million retail fixed standalone voice services. We operate in over 20 countries and territories outside of Australia, and we directly employ more than 29,000 people. And in 2019, Telstra was awarded Australia's most valuable brand by Brand Finance Australia. So a little bit about my journey at Telstra. I started a tad over 11 years ago as a trainee communications technician, and it was my job to maintain and install elements of our national telecommunications network. It was more of a tradesperson style role, and I came to Telstra with no formal IT or developer training. In 2018, I developed my first Power app, and in mid-2019 developed Technician Plus and Leader Plus, which are our flagship applications for our field technicians and also their managers. And most recently, I was assigned to the role of product owner of the PowerFactory, which I'll talk about a little bit later. So, why don't I talk a little bit more about what we've done for our field technicians? But before I do, I'll talk a little bit more about field services at Telstra more broadly. We have several thousand highly skilled technicians and subcontractors who service our millions of customers across the entire continent of Australia. And it's our job in the field digitisation team to provide these technicians with the tools to help overcome the vast distances, the remote locations, and the ever-changing technology landscape so they can focus on what they do best, and that's serve our customers. Our technicians were trying to do all of this while switching between their laptops and their tablets, and in some cases even paper, which is what led us to develop our very first Power app called Tide. And how Tide came about was one of the members of our field senior leadership team had a problem. There was no visibility of issues being raised from our frontline staff, and he felt as though a lot of the issues that were being raised weren't being filtered up to his management level. So given I'd had some great results using a combination of Microsoft's products before, such as InfoPath and SharePoint, to build a system to action and provide visibility around customer complaints in a previous role, I decided to give Power Apps a crack as it was newly available at Telstra. And now we have Tide as you see it today. And what Tide does is it captures systematic process issues and opportunities from our field services members, which we then feed into our leadership using Power Automate to help drive operational improvement, not only for field but upstream into the wider business as well. And Tide is still being used today with over 960 issues and opportunities submitted, over 700 of those being closed, over 1,100 items liked, and over 2,000 comments added to items. And because of the success of Tide and the positive user adoption and feedback, we decided to really embrace the platform and develop several applications to automate and digitize a number of systems and processes across field, which in itself created its own problem. How could we consolidate all of these applications and then introduce them into our digital ecosystem to best complement our existing tool set? Because, well, our technicians are starting to feel overwhelmed with the amount of rapid change. So that's when we developed Technician Plus and Leader Plus for our field technicians and also their managers and then embedded those apps within Teams to sit alongside all of our technicians' chat and collaboration tools. No longer do we have a proliferation of different URLs and folders and worksheets our technicians and managers need to find. It's all in Technician Plus and Leader Plus. And that's really redefined our digital strategy in field at Telstra. And to talk a little bit more about that, I'm going to throw it over to Richard French, the Principal of Field Digitisation at Telstra.
Thanks a lot, Nathan. So as you saw, we build apps like Tide. We also put together a fee-for-service rate card tool. We put together a job safety analysis tool. We started to build more and more apps, and we needed that one place to put everything. And that was Technician Plus and Leader Plus. When we did that as well, we also put our communications on there for our users. So, a simple rolling banner, PDF and Word documents with process changes, and also video communications that could go out to users. And then also Power BI reporting. We put tiles on there so that everybody could see when they logged in the morning, how they'd performed, how many jobs they'd completed, what their MPS score was, what their customer verbatims were. We started to create a really kind of common experience where you'd always go to the one place and everything would be there for you. And that made our change management and our messaging really simple as well. If you wanted to find something, you go to Technician Plus. You want the latest comms, go to Technician Plus. Want to see how you're performing, go to Technician Plus. It made it kind of really common for us, and users were getting a really common experience as well. And that meant that everything we were putting on there was properly quality tested. It meant that there was kind of great change management as well. And it meant that our solutions were really scaled, across our tablets and our mobile devices. We had these fantastic channels to push things out. A couple of recent examples of how we've kind of really utilised these platforms. With the recent bushfires that we've had here in Australia, we were able to create in 24 hours a fire inspection app using some of that functionality that was common across our existing apps, like Accounto One integration. You tell a user where they were on a GPS map, it would tell them where their local assets were on a map. They could then use the camera function and complete a checklist and send that back, and then that would all be captured on our Power BI reporting that gave us fantastic analytics. Most recently with the COVID pandemic, we've actually used the communications channel so heavily to let people know about changes in process, to get messages through to our frontline workers to say thank you, but changes like social distancing and advice on that, or call on approach changes. And most recently we've put PDF documents that people can download when they're having to cross state borders and need a letter that proves they're an essential worker. So for us as a business, it has been a fantastic way of having a really simple solution, but also something that's really highly scaled, something that we can move on really fast. And every day we track our usage through Power BI. We have about 1,500 to 2,000 users on there. And as the business changes and things happen, it's always then a request, can we update Technician Plus? Can we put that on Leader Plus? And with our citizen developers, people that really know what the users are using, we can really quickly then adapt those applications for them as well and keep it consistent. So let's have a really good look at it, shall we? And I'll hand back over to Nathan, who'll do a bit of a live demo for us. Thanks a lot.
So this is Technician Plus, and as you'll notice, we've embedded it within Teams to sit alongside all of our technicians' chat and collaboration tools they use on a daily basis. So the first thing our technicians will see when they load Technician Plus is a few targeted communications which are updated by our communications leads in SharePoint and reflected instantaneously within the app. What our technicians can then do is click to get some more information about that specific item. They can scroll through all the various communications, or they can hit skip to land on the home page. You'll also notice down the bottom here we have a scrolling communications banner, and that's also updated by our communications leads in SharePoint. And that's a great way to get some to the point and quick communications directly out to our technicians. The first tile I'm going to describe is this one over here, the weather warnings and alerts tile. So this is loaded based on the current user. Any warnings or alerts associated to that current user's location will be displayed here. And what they can then do is click here for more information, which links through to our Bureau of Meteorology website for Australia. Our technicians can change what information is displayed in this tile by clicking these icons at the top. They can view what the latest telco news provided by IT News Australia is. They can view any fire warnings or alerts for their specific area by clicking on this tab here, and we've added that since the bushfire crisis of last summer. Thankfully, right now there are no emergency or watch and act level warnings for my area specifically, but what our technicians can then do is click here to view some more information about that alert, or view our state emergency websites, or search across any of the warnings to find a specific one if they need. We've also included all of our covered communications, news and updates in this tile here as well. So what our technicians can do is view the latest news, any work authorization letters that they might need to provide authorities when crossing state borders, any key messages provided by our health and safety leads or our other leaders from around the business, and any process changes as well, and they can view those PDFs natively within the app. We also have our My Performance tile, and that's basically just a snapshot of the current user's financial year-to-date performance, and that's just an overview of the KPIs, but we have some more granular detail around the performance I'll talk about a little bit later. We have our Need to Know section up here, so we can change that based on the flavour of the month. Obviously, at the moment, a lot of COVID focus, so we have an update from our field services executive, Matt O'Hara, which our users can play directly within the app using the Stream connector. We also have our most popular apps and tools, which our technicians can navigate to directly from the home page. But if the app or functionality that they're looking for isn't in the most popular apps or tools, they can click on the left-hand menu over here to be able to view all the apps and tools available within Technician Plus. They can search through all of these applications to find the specific piece of functionality that they wish, and then click to launch, which will navigate them across to where that is in Technician Plus. And that's navigated me across to our communications page, and that's probably been one of the biggest game changers for us and technicians, is our communications now all come through Technician Plus. And what our technicians can then do is search through all the documents dating all the way back to 2015. They can search for any documents by keyword, and what they can then do is click the PDF icon, and that will trigger a Power Automate flow, which goes and retrieves that document from SharePoint, and then search throughout the document using the PDF viewer. They can also download a copy of that document onto their device if they wish. Our technicians can also see team briefs, a repository of all the team briefs, and download to their device. They can click to see podcasts which have been recorded from various influential people or leaders from around our business. And also a repository of all of our videos, whether they're instructional, informational videos, which our technicians can then search through or navigate through the categories to be able to view natively within the app as well. And if our technicians are unsure of a particular process or task or how to operate a specific technology, they can use this to help them, guide them through their work. So if I have a look at the opportunities tab now, this is where our technicians would come to for any upsell opportunities whilst they're on site with our customers. So we have what's called our fee for service rate card, and this is essentially an interactive catalogue of all the products and services that our technicians can offer our customers while they're on site. And they can give their tablets to our customers while they're doing their work so they can have a browse. They can view information such as the price, any product features, any supporting documentation. They can view product images of that specific product. They can also view any promo videos if there are any associated to that particular item as well. But what if our customers wanted to purchase something that our technicians typically wouldn't carry in their van stock? So we've also included the opportunity to be able to submit lead referrals to our back of house teams to follow up for things like if the customer requests that they want a new mobile plan or a new mobile phone, something that our technicians typically wouldn't carry with them. There's the opportunity for our technicians to be able to submit a lead referral to our back of house teams to help drive that upsell opportunity. Also, our technicians can enroll our customers to what's called the Telstra Plus program, which is a rewards program, and we also incentivize that for our technicians as well. So our technicians also submit all of their overtime through Technician Plus now as well. Previously, this was done on various Excel spreadsheets which used to vary from various teams from around the country. So just a way to standardize the format in which this is all captured. We then trigger an approval flow once that's captured from our technicians to their one-up manager, who is then required to either approve or reject their overtime submission. And then our technicians can view all of the submissions, whether they've been approved by their leaders, whether they've been rejected, and obviously whether they've been processed in our systems as well for payment. So if I navigate back to the home page, and the next tab I'll have a look at is our performance tab. So this is similar to what was displayed on the home page, but a more granular view of our technicians' KPIs. So this is loaded based on the current user stats. They can see how they performed for last week, a historical view of how they've performed over the last financial year against their KPIs, some more granular detail of that historical view, and also any customer advocacy verbatim or comments which have been provided by our customers after our technicians have attended as well. If I navigate across on the left-hand side to look at the jobs tab, this is where our technicians can come and see a collection of all the tasks which they've completed or incompleted over the last 7 days. And this also includes the comments which they've added from our core system, which we use for ticket of work management. And then our technicians can also see, all the jobs that they've done with Google Maps integration as well. And also how long it's taken them to complete specific tasks. So if I navigate across to the Forms tab, we'll see a collection of all the various web forms contained within Technician Plus. No longer do we have a multitude of favorites saved on browsers and whatnot. All of our web forms are in Technician Plus. Our technicians can then click the information icon to get some more information about what they're specifically about, and then launch from natively within the app as well. We also have a number of inspection applications we've created. Sherlock, this one in particular, we capture around $20 million worth of recoverable damages from third parties per annum through the system alone. So this is when a third party damages one of our network assets or network infrastructure. We send a technician out to capture some artifacts such as photo information, what materials they've used to restore or temporarily restore a service to that area, and we use this app to use that information to drive the recovery of those costs. We have our technicians take 5 application, and this is a job safety analysis that our technicians complete before conducting any physical work on site at our customers' premises or outside, and that's to ensure the health and safety of our workers. And our fire impact assessments, that's an application we developed within 48 hours to be able to capture some artifacts around network sites which have been compromised during the most recent bushfire crisis of last summer in Australia. And what that is to do is to serve 2 purposes. The first purpose is to be able to work out whether that site is safe to attend for future technicians, and secondly to also feed that information into our resource coordinators so we can restore services in those areas. We also have locations tab on the left-hand side here, and what that does is bring in all the network sites which are located within 20 kilometers of the user's current location. And we have a really cool feature here that once our technicians select which site they're interested in going to, we can then click this button here with Google Maps integration, and that brings up the ability to then navigate directly to that site as well. We also have our facilities in here, so when you got to go, you got to go. So we include information around all the facilities in close to that specific technician's current location, or they can search for a specific one by keyword or filter out based on what the facility type is. And something that we've included for a bit of fun is our tipping competition. So we've included a footy tipping competition for our 2 major football codes in Australia. Unfortunately, both the codes have been suspended at the moment because of the COVID crisis. But this was just an idea that we had to be able to think about how we could help drive engagement in our business, just have something that's a little bit fun, and also help drive usage of Technician Plus as well. So our techs can come into here and they can select which teams they think will win the specific matchup for that week. They can view their results and how they performed for those games natively within the app, and we also have some rankings available within the app, and that's just something to drive that competitive nature, and also something to talk about a little bit different than work as well amongst the team.
So as you can see, Technician Plus has quite a vast array of capability built within, and this is only a sneak peek. Unfortunately, due to time, I wasn't able to show you all the capability of Technician Plus and Leader Plus, but what I can do is I can hand it over to Marcus DeGilio, a former field leader, and also Aaron Murphy, a current technician, who can talk a little bit about how their experience in their previous roles and their current roles is helping them continue development on the Power Platform and build solutions based off their knowledge prior.
G'day guys, my name is Marcus. I work alongside Nathan in the field digitisation team. I've been in Telstra for around 17 years and more recently about 3 years as a field lead with about 25 technicians reporting directly to me. The best thing about our Leader Plus Power app is the availability to be able to do menial weekly tasks such as approve overtime, take meeting notes and set performance expectations or even complete field audits on our technicians. The best thing about it all is that it's actually the mobility of it. You don't need to pull over the car to pull out the laptop out of your bag. You can just simply be out and about doing your general weekly tasks or speaking to your technicians and have it all in the palm of your hand. And with my recent field lead experience, that's allowed me to identify areas of opportunity within the app that I can improve on directly within the Power platform.
Hi, I'm Aaron, a Telstra field technician from Townsville, Queensland. I've been using Power Apps and Technician Plus regularly for over a year now. Technician Plus is a one-stop shop for anything field related, including other apps. Combined with CT Dashboard, this makes me much more efficient at finding information critical to my job. Using Technician Plus and CT Dashboard, I have the tools I need at my fingertips. My favourite feature is the frequently updated news section, allowing me to note important issues affecting my job. This has been especially useful during COVID-19 as it has provided all the latest information on how Telstra has been tackling the issue. Now, with the help of Nathan and the team, I'm starting to learn how to develop on the Power platform myself. This is an exciting opportunity because it allows me to use my knowledge as a field technician to build apps which will be useful for field technicians.
So as you can see, we have quite a mature program within field services using and adopting the Power platform. And some key highlights of the benefit include over 70 tools and processes have been digitised and automated using the Power platform. Over 12 million in annual financial benefit from the apps we've created on the platform, and over 1,200 daily active users. And all of this was done on our standard enterprise license, so no additional capex cost to our business. But one of the biggest benefits is the foundation it provided to rapidly develop solutions in times of crisis. Over the last summer in Australia, we had some terrible bushfires or wildfires. Our field digitisation team was able to develop an end-to-end solution within 48 hours, from being able to capture photos and information of the network sites compromised, with offline capabilities to be able to have a comprehensive suite of reporting and visuals of those sites affected. And this was for two reasons. Firstly, to ensure the safety of our people attending the site, but also so we could get the artifacts to our resource coordinators in real time, so they can ultimately restore the services to those areas. So what's next for us here at Telstra? Well, the natural next step was to look at how we could expand the knowledge of what we've done for our field technicians across to the rest of the business. And that's why we started a new team called the PowerFactory. And in the PowerFactory, we have 4 areas of focus. Community, we want to develop a stronger community of citizen developers within Telstra so they can proactively identify areas of opportunity and build solutions. And a great example of that was Marcus and Aaron before. Delivery, we want to be able to help the business deliver solutions built by the experts within our team. Platform, we want to create even more scalable apps, connect to more data and unlock more features, and we're working closely with our IT team to achieve that. And program operations, structuring governance, KPIs, program management, change and comms, reporting, and also supporting the apps we've developed, all off the back of the Centre of Excellence. So how have we in the PowerFactory team and also the field digitisation team supported the business during the COVID-19 crisis? Well, we developed 2 applications within record time. Firstly, for our procurement teams, we developed a purchase order gating app, which is to facilitate a new process where all purchase orders over the value of $100,000 must be approved by finance level executives. And also we built an application for our global financial services team, which is to process bulk urgent payment requests which come through as well. And also the foundation that we laid in Technician Plus has allowed us to drive all of our communications and updates and videos through the Technician Plus interface, which we demonstrated a bit earlier. So thank you for listening to our story at Telstra, but just to do a full circle, at Telstra, the Power platform has helped us do some great things for our business. We've been able to provide scalable digital solutions to our thousands of frontline workers. We've been able to flatten our hierarchy through improved collaboration and engagement tools. We've been able to drive real financial gains and also improve on customer outcomes as a result of the apps and processes that we've implemented. And the apps that were created have helped us during times of crisis, both of the Australian bushfires of last summer and also the COVID-19 crisis affecting us all right now. And on that note, I hope everybody's staying safe. Thank you.
Thanks, Nathan and the team at Telstra for sharing with us your story. I hope you enjoyed that, and we look forward to seeing you at another real-world customer story session. Thank you.